It looks like AJ Styles is done with WWE, not only because he lost to Gunther with his career on the line at the Royal Rumble, but also because in reality his contract is ending in February. And with everything that has been said about AJ retiring, with him being done, with the likes of Triple H and others weighing in to say that he is in fact never stepping foot in not just a WWE ring again, but a wrestling ring again.
We had a lot of conversations about it. AJ is one of those people that absolutely wants to give back and be a part of this business. I don't want to speak for him, but the conversations that he had with me, he made it very clear that he was just done with the in-ring. There's a point where you just reach in your career where you say, I don't want to do this anymore.
There are reasons to be skeptical of that idea, and the thing that everyone is pointing to is a moment at the Royal Rumble where AJ Styles began to take off his gloves, symbolically leaving them in the ring, symbolically demonstrating that he is indeed finished with his career. And as he began to do that, he then put them back on and gave the crowd one last pose with those iconic gloves. And while many people may look into that and say that, oh, he was just giving the fans one last look and it means nothing, the reality is it could be indicative of something bigger. As we know, AJ Styles is a bit of an old school kind of guy. He believes that everything that he does is meticulous, and riding off into the sunset while doing something like that would go a little bit against that. And you have to combine that with the fact that there's a reason for AJ to not necessarily end his career in WWE. And the biggest one is that AJ's entire career, for the vast majority of it, was defined by being one of the final true holdouts of an era where people were usually flocking to WWE, and instead he didn't. And it wasn't until he was nearly 16 years into his career that he decided to make that jump. He had made a name for himself in TNA. He had made a name for himself in New Japan. He had made a name for himself in Ring of Honor. And AJ Styles did it off of the back and the work of AJ Styles. So you combine that with the biggest thing that I think is going to play a factor in this, and that is that the wrestling landscape is different. Once you start hearing offers, very serious offers, that being from companies like AEW that have serious financial backing, you are going to think twice. And you combine that with the fact that there's real room for some fantastic storytelling with AJ Styles in All Elite Wrestling. And if I were to put my money on it, if AJ does indeed sign with AEW, the three matches that I would slate him into automatically are: 1, a matchup against Kenny Omega, 2 former leaders of the Bullet Club, 2 former titans of this industry, 2 guys who defined professional wrestling outside of WWE for years, going toe-to-toe and finishing a story they started 10 years ago when Kenny Omega was the one who kicked AJ Styles out of Bullet Club. So you want to see that. You want to see how those two would go toe-to-toe. And the real reason that we want to see this is it's probably going to be the last chance that we would ever have of this dream match finally happening. I would do that. I would do a match between himself and one of his greatest rivals ever, Samoa Joe. 2 guys who defined what TNA was. 2 guys who, again, also were titans of what it means to be a wrestler outside of WWE. And 2 guys who we know would put on an instant classic with each other because they've known each other for so long. They are in real life best friends. And I think there's no one who would be more respectful of a final run of AJ Styles and vice versa with Samoa Joe than Joe. So, You want to see that. And of course, the final one, I think that would absolutely sell out any building, sell out any stadium. AJ Styles versus Will Ospreay. Now, these two have gone toe-to-toe before on a very smaller scale, but seeing this matchup, given where each of these guys are in their careers, many people kind of looking at Will Ospreay as the wrestling spiritual successor to AJ Styles and the path that he took, I think this has the room for the most fun, because unlike Samoa Joe and Kenny Omega, AJ does not have that much history with Will Ospreay, but their paths are so parallel that it feels like a dream match. And you combine that with the fact that even at his age, AJ can go, and we know what Will Ospreay is capable of in the ring, being one of the most action-packed, high-flying wrestlers there is. The room for what this match could be is truly limitless. So from strictly a selfish in-ring spectacle standpoint, you want to see this match. And above all, I think that AJ, whether he goes to AEW or even TNA to finish out his career where he started, going toe-to-toe with guys like Kaz, who he's also very close friends with, despite whatever he may do, I think that there has to be a part of him, that renegade part, that part that has always kind of led him in the directions that he has gone, from TNA to Ring of Honor to New Japan. There's got to be a part of him that understands the magnitude of what it would mean for AJ to go elsewhere, make one more impact after proving, with all of the doubt and the things that were said about him before he joined WWE, that he's too small, that he's just a cruiserweight, that he's just an indie mark. He proved all of those things wrong. And now he has that credibility to go into another company, to validate that company, and moreover, further validate his career. Because if we're being honest, at this point, AJ's done everything. He has helped sell out arenas time after time. He has main evented stadiums. AJ is been the world champion in WWE. Hell, he's been the WWE champion in WWE multiple times. He's done it all. And the only thing that he is chasing at this point is legacy. And as we all know, wrestlers and their legacies can be very funny, and sometimes you can expect them to do the unexpected. When it comes to AJ, though, I guess we'll see.